Good. So since we already did this part of the introduction, the agenda, it's the same dynamic. Here, what is different is the users. So first of all, this is a mobile app um, um, of okay to help adults transition to a new career, and these adults want to come back to the workforce after taking some time off. I emphasized women who may have taken time off to for parenting, but this could be other kind of users who may have taken time off to, I don't know, to take care of their mental health or to do community service or take care of relatives or things like that. So, but these users want to be re-skilled because they believe that they need to learn something to be able to to be competitive in the job market, and they want to be financially independent, and they want to do something that is interesting and challenging to them. So again, I can share the link of the personas here if you want to know a little bit more about their pain points. Um, Good. So, okay. Then the areas of feedback, the same thing, inconsistencies and how we can improve this design. So now this is a very, it's a long project really. So I will try to do it as quick as possible. So here in the main page, they will have an interesting image, a button to start a career transition, then the benefits at a glance. This is the unique value proposition again. Then they have testimonials, some videos of people who have made it through this course or this program. Then their corporate partners so that they know, okay, this is associated with companies, so they may have some inspiration. Okay, so I may have something beneficial for me after this. And at the bottom, they have the navigation, which includes the home, the courses, the network, and jobs. So here is the menu, and they can log in or sign up. They can select the language. They can search or close this, and then the different sections they can navigate. So here is the Career Transition Hub, then training programs. This would be the courses that they can take, the mentorship, then network, then getting a job, and finally get remaining competitive. I'm still thinking about this, how to rename it, but the idea is around this. After they get a job, remind them that they need to keep reskilling or upskilling to remain
Mhm.
competitive. And then here's some social media icons. Go. So the idea is that I thought that they would click here to start a career transition as a kind
Mhm.
of hero image, but I have seen that many users actually look into the menu and then they would go here into the career transition hub. I call it hub because this is where they will see everything that is around their career transition process. So they start with how do I start?
Mhm.
And this is like reflecting the situation that users confront. How do they actually start to change their careers? So here I give them 3 steps. I'm thinking about connecting these so that they perceive that these are steps. First, they start reviewing, learning what is in demand right now. Then they start reflecting what they actually consider the change in their career is, and then they assess what are the skills that they may need to emphasize to change. So
Mhm.
here they will see like their career transition plan in terms of what are the steps they're taking on this after they have assessed their skills. Then remaining competitive, these are the different options they will have available to remain competitive. Maybe this could be shorter. But yeah, we will go to that page in a moment. So the idea is that they first assess, once they read and reflect, they assess what skills they're missing. So here they can select the current skills they have. Yeah. There will be a list here and they can click more. They can upload their CV and then we can use artificial intelligence and kind of like pick these keywords and say, okay, this is listed there. They can save their selection. And once they have selected their current skills, then they will go through a quiz where they will kind of indicate what they like doing. And this will be like yeah, this quiz will go next, next, next until the very end. And based on the results of this quiz, they will have here a customized set of skills that they need to close, or they need to learn, or they need to, get these skills to be able to move on to the career that they like. So if they don't do the quiz, then they will have only generalized um, skills based on what is common in the industry right now or in different industries. So here they will be able to learn about these skills, learn a bit more about them if they select them. And here they will be able to learn about careers of interest based on these skills that they based on this information on the skills they have and also on what the careers of interest are. Okay, so now once they know this, the idea is that they move on and find courses to close this skill gap. Maybe I may need to rename this, but that's the idea of this. So here they will have a search button and they can look for skills or careers that they already know that are associated with what interests them. They can filter things. Here they will be able to access their current courses. I'm still thinking where to place that, but I just thought that at the very last minute and found this place. But yeah, that's the idea, to have a place where they can find their courses. And then these are reskilling courses, all of them. They will have
Hmm.
information here on benefits to of up and reskilling, although users here already will know the benefits, but it's more to keep them interested to move on. So these are different careers. So it's a kind of a Google UX certificate that I'm taking now. So these would be certificates for professional reorientation of people. And one
Hmm.
of them will be, for example, product analyst. Once they click, they will have a description of the course. They will be able to watch a video. They will see here the skills that are covered. Just although this will be filtered based on their search if they do. Um, then they will have a picture of the instructor, some information about the instructor, and they will be offered here different support that is available throughout this training. So, for example, mentoring.
Hmm.
Okay, so if they want to take this course, if they want to go into product analysis, they can click register and they can cancel registration or start a course. Let's assume they want to start a course and they will go here
Yeah,
very much.
yeah. Sorry to interrupt you. Always make the like the cancel the secondary call to action. Make starting the course
Ah,
as
okay,
the main
very
one.
good. Hmm.
Cancel registration is maybe like it doesn't have to be a button. Can be just a link underneath the
Okay.
yeah.
Hmm. Very good. Okay, so thank you about that. And actually, I remember you mentioned something similar in the previous one. So yeah, I now can see it over and over. Okay, so they will start the course. Here they will have then the videos. I don't remember exactly what these buttons are. Maybe save or share, but they will have
Mhm.
something there. So I got some inspiration from LinkedIn courses. So they will have the
Mhm.
lessons on this bottom and the description of the course.
Absolutely.
So here below, they will have the network. So people discussing content related to this course.
Mhm.
They will have the mentoring here. So here, this would be like an advertisement that they have mentoring.
Yeah.
And here they can find a mentor. They can see success stories around this just to keep them motivated.
Yes.
Okay, so then they go and look for a mentor. And they have here a description of the mentoring program, benefits for mentees, and here they can find a mentor based on topics that interest them.
Mhm.
These will be pictures of the mentors. For example, here, if they click, the name, some description, a profile, some specialties, availability. So if they're
Mhm.
interested, they request mentoring. Um, so here is a confirmation that it was requested. I know, I mean, some users have actually asked me about this because I added these buttons based on the mental model that I thought the user would follow, like what they would do next. But maybe I will remove this so that they are free to choose where they want to go. But the idea is that they
Yeah.
then go. Mhm.
But what's the call to action here? What the call to action needs to be?
Yeah, here I thought like they could go to their career hub to check where they are in the process.
Sorry, I just want to tell you something here.
Yeah.
And when you have a pop up like this or a light box, we call it light box or pop up or a model or an overlay. Um, it's usually it has a certain function.
Mm.
It's usually to confirm something. You know,
Hmm.
imagine if I'm clicking something and the system needs to clarify something. So a pop-up will come up to just ask me, for example, are you sure you want to do this?
Mm.
You know, say yes,
Okay.
or which way you want to go. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
While if you click on something like request, uh, okay, so you're giving me like a feedback request submitted.
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh, but can that be in the same page when I
Yeah. So
it,
here is
it,
like.
it can be like when you do a transaction on a page, once it happens, you can just give me some sort of we call it a toast, for example,
Mhm. Mhm.
where you can just say transaction or submission successful, for example,
Mhm. I understand.
rather than open a light box, because opening a light box and then I have to click on something to
Mhm.
close it where there is no need. All you need to give me is just the feedback. This has happened,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
I'm notified, and that's it.
Mhm.
Because
Okay.
remember, light boxes sometimes, most people usually ignore them, and once they pop up,
Hmm.
they're annoying. They pop up, and the
That's
people
true.
close them right away.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we need to be careful when we use them.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Perfect. Good. So then you mean that, for example, when the user clicks here they will be asked, "Are you sure you want to continue?" And
So
then
request submitted. Okay.
so okay, so like I'm trying like to see if I understood what you meant. So the idea would
No,
be
when
that
you when you
okay.
when you when you
Mhm.
click okay, this is request mental.
Mhm.
Okay. So what is needed when you request mental? What happens? What
Mhm.
does the system do when you request them,
Ah,
when you click
okay.
on that button?
So here I was thinking about adding some description of what to expect. So here the user is informed, your request has been submitted, and then the idea would be that if the mentor agrees on mentoring this person, they will receive an email with a notification. So that they know that it's not automatic. That once they say, okay, I want this mentor, it will be available. Although I don't know if this should be automatic because theoretically all these mentors are there to mentor, but um, yeah. What do you
Okay.
think about
I, I,
that?
I would I would say that's fair enough. I would say, because if the information are quite important information and you need people really to read it,
Mhm,
you probably need to be taken into another page rather
mhm.
than a live box, because again, people automatically just close things like this sometimes without reading.
Reading. Mhm,
Um, but what you need to think about is, what does the system do? Like, what happens when I click on that? Think of the transaction, sorry, the interaction that is happening,
mhm,
rather than, I'm not asking what you want to do. Like, if I click this button,
mhm,
there's a message that goes to the mentor.
mhm.
Is that it?
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
so there's a message that goes to the mentor, and then the mentor maybe will decide
Mhm,
to contact the. So you can actually give me this in something called toast. Toast is just like a little box that appears. It's not a pop-up. It just appears in
At the
in the
top.
page itself.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
in the page
Okay.
itself.
Mhm,
It will have, if it's successful, for example, it will have an icon that has the tick, and
mhm,
usually most of the time it's a green icon, and says your request is submitted.
mhm, mhm,
Uh, your mentor or blah 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 is going to contact you,
mhm,
uh, in
mhm,
whatever, in a day or two, or how many hours,
mhm,
or they will respond an email. Like, you just tell them exactly what has happened and what is
mhm,
going to happen, and what they expect, and that's it. There's no need
mhm,
for any clicking. I
mhm,
don't need to click anything, or because
mhm,
I already did I clicked already on
mhm,
something. I requested mentoring. All I need to know what is going to happen next.
mhm. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so then the idea is that after this, they go to networking. This is like assuming someone wants to go through all of that. And here they can search people like
Hmm.
a LinkedIn style. They will
Yeah.
have the names and some information about them, and then they will be able to connect with them.
Yeah.
There will be some thematic forums. And yeah.
Good idea. Sorry to interrupt. Good idea to actually do what LinkedIn are doing. It's just
Mm-hmm,
like an image, a name, and a title.
mm-hmm,
Um, Image, name, and a title, and then
mm-hmm,
maybe something connect. Because try to reduce the reading
Mhm.
stuff, because people don't necessarily like to read that much, especially network. I'm going to skim through images. Do I know someone? Do I like
Yeah.
someone? Do I connect, there's someone,
Mhm.
maybe I can, maybe by their age, they're
Mhm.
similar, their gender are similar, they are
Mhm.
in the same area, maybe locality. So
Mhm.
maybe, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, that's true. Very good point. Good. So here, thematic forums, this will be like kind of generic. This will be more specific. This will be about introductions on new people joining, some specific questions, and so on. Good. So if they want to connect to someone, they click here, connection request sent, and then, yeah, so I think your feedback that you indicated before is applicable,
Yeah,
right?
there's
Okay.
no need for the pop-up.
Mm-hmm.
When you click on the button, you will see, for example, the button, you see some sort of, this is a interaction design type of work, which is usually interaction designer will do. But you can
Mm-hmm.
actually imagine this. You click on a button, and then there is a spinner on the button, which means that
Mm-hmm.
the system is doing something. It's sending a request, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, then the answer could be in the on the button itself, is like
Mm-hmm.
sent, for example, sent,
Mm-hmm.
or like a request sent, or
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
instead of just opening another pop-up. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Good. So here they can continue networking or search jobs. So the next thing they would do is to search for a job. Then here they can search for keywords or filter. They can see all the options, look for more. Here I added a section to register for webinars. So the idea is that they learn how to do, for example, how to prepare their resume or how to prepare for the job interview and so.
That, you
Yeah.
see, that's a better, because that's a better thing. Uh, Give these people, these kind of services.
Mm-hmm.
Write your resume, so that
Mm-hmm.
clicks with them, because I need something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Example covering letter, for example. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Improve your communication. So these kind of things, which is actually giving them a clue rather than register for a webinar,
Mm-hmm.
might not grab me, because webinar
Mm-hmm.
can be anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Good. And then here is to learn from the experiences of the network. So that they can go to a forum that is with people who are already applying for jobs and exchanging ideas already on what they are experiencing around that. So maybe
Yeah.
I can shorten this title, right? It's a bit too long.
Learn and share experiences with your network. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Then here they click on a job, they look at the description. Here are some options of support they can get as part of this program. So, for example, in case they haven't requested mentoring, they can here request support to prepare for this job. They can
Mhm.
look for tips for job applications, or they can ask in their network, something around this kind of job. They
Mhm.
can read the job description, they can apply directly there, or they can go and read about the organization. So also a little bit about jobs on LinkedIn, that you have some information about the company. So here it would be about the company's culture and a video about it, and some information on work life balance, because the main users are people who have children, who may have certain interests behind a company that can help them keep their families, work, and so on. Yeah.
Good idea, actually, also to have some sort of family assistance, or
Hmm.
um, maybe you could search for daycare, children daycare,
Yeah.
or this kind of stuff, if they
Hmm.
want to go back to work, and they try to find, and maybe they can search by locality, something they might
Yeah.
not know, that there is a childcare center maybe a few years away from them. Sorry, a
Hmm.
few streets, rather than
Hmm.
few streets away. Yeah, so things like this. But
Yes.
look, this is very good, because I think we have only 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
It is. I love this app.
Hmm.
It
Thank.
is really good. It's
Thank
beautiful.
you. Hmm. That's
But
great.
there's only one thing that
Hmm.
probably you can really improve.
Hmm.
I think, if you haven't already have it, but in the middle of this experience, you mentioned motivation. You need to
Mhm.
motivate. I think that really needs to be in the upfront,
Mhm.
very almost the very first thing, because imagine these people are just being at home with children
Mhm.
a lot of time. Now you're asking them, or now they are trying to go back to professional life again. You need to actually motivate them. Maybe give them some uh, some quotes maybe from some people about motivation, something to just get them hyped a bit,
Mhm.
uh, give them the confidence. It's very important to play on that, that they can do it. They are talented, they are needed. So all this stuff is
Mhm.
quite important for them, and it needs to be upfront before they start to dig into courses. And
Mhm.
there's a lot of focus on courses and networking and jobs,
Mhm.
but they need that upfront, I think. And
Mhm.
if you do that, if you get people interacting, because it's a beautiful app, and
It's
you need
great.
to just motivate them to actually interact with the app.
Mhm. Absolutely. I mean, thank you so much for this feedback because it is part of the challenge. Several of them indicated that. Um, I will then review the design and see how I can highlight these parts, so that it's not part one more thing, but that actually can we start with that. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
And I think one of the things that motivate people is just success stories.
Mhm.
You can give somewhat whatever how you are going to motivate people. Maybe just some of the quotes,
Mhm.
that will greet them straight away.
Mhm.
A really motivating quote, and then some success stories. They can go through and read about those who just went back to the workforce and they have done really well, and they also can do it.
Mhm. Yes.
And good luck. It's really beautiful, beautiful work. I love it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I really hope that there is something like this in the market that can integrate really this human part of changing careers. There are so many different options out there, but I think this part of having a personalized experience, I think, would be really useful. So that would be really like all for today. I really appreciate your time and all your feedback. I have taken so many notes. I will have to go to spend some time going through them, but thank you
But
so
that's the
much
whole idea, by
for
the
the
way,
time.
of usability testing or design critique. Is just taking notes and then you go through the design, and might my comments might not all be relevant. It's for you to assess what is right and what is the right thing to do, and not. So, but anyway, if you need any help, if you want any other sessions or anything, just we'll continue communicating through emails, and all the best. Good luck with the course and your project.
Perfect, perfect, and thank you so much. Maybe a last question. Do you mind if I use some of the videos to include on my portfolio online?
Absolutely, go for
Some
it.
parts, some clips, yeah. I mean, I can also share them with you beforehand so that you have a look to see what parts. But I just would like
Uh,
to highlight this that I went through this exercise and that I also got to know you. You know, I expanded my network and that I got feedback from experienced designers on this.
Absolutely, with pleasure. But it's also a good thing when you display or you showcase your work. For example, you said, "Well, this is the feedback. So this is
Mhm.
how was the design. I got the feedback
Yeah.
from different users, and then I improved the design to that." And that's so at least
Yes.
you give them the rationale behind the design decision.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
All the best, and let
Perfect.
me know how you go. And if you need anything, just yeah, will email me, and we can have another session, and we can do whatever.
Yes. Perfect. I will do that. Thank you so much
Okay.
and have a
You're
nice rest
welcome.
of the day. Let's keep in
Yeah, and
touch.
good luck. Okay.
Thank you. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
Johanny. Please, bye bye.